Hola a todos, bienvenidos otra noche más de Compines. ¿Ya están listos para comenzar? Porque yo ya me encuentro aquí listo y preparado. Espero que ustedes igual y pues vamos a continuar con este juego, esta novela gráfica que está bastante interesante. Llegamos a un punto donde se puso muy creepy la cosa incluso, pero pues ahora sí, a darle. Recuerden que aunque no lo crean, sí leo sus comentarios que pongan en el chat. Eh, Andando.
Ignoring his final plea, Gran flung the torch into the deep darkness. She smiled and exhaled in relief. Mr. Nuncreed moaned in resignation. The torch echoed as it ricocheted down the hole, punctuated with a thunderous thud.
Sí, Joseph. I learned one very important lesson in life. If you want things to change, then you must be willing to.
Before Gran could finish, the ground shook her to silence. Gran only had time to spin around and run to Luca. Her attempt to shield him, an honorable but trifling act. Unflinching love, pitted against an unthinking horror. There was no contest. Her warm embrace froze in an instant. That is where they remain, fixed in place, forever. And so, our story ends on this melancholy scene. In a town brought low by its secrets, sits the frozen statues of a the end. Well, that was dire. On the bright side, we finally figured out where all the ice is coming from. Now, we just need to find a way to deal with a mystic, unfathomable force of nature.
Como no me acuerdo si lo comenté la vez pasada, en esta ocasión sí pienso sacar todos los finales en este juego. Quiero buscar todas las modificaciones que tiene el árbol. La verdad, la historia se me está haciendo bastante interesante, me está gustando mucho. Pues vamos a darle con todo. Aquí falta la Shire. Vamos por chill.
They'd run the classic good cop, chill cop interrogation.
All of this, just gotta play it cool.
Luca walked calmly to the light switch, flicking it off and on a few times. Mr. Tolliver shook his head, gathering his wits.
Probably, I should got my belt wrong.
He looked over to find Luca, who returned a calming grin.
Sorry, Mr. Oliver. It was a big mistake. Look, what's going on here? Why did you have me strip it down? No one's fault, really. Rolo just got a little startled. Rolo's here?
Rollo and Beck emerged from hiding to give a timid wave.
Well, alright. Mistakes happen. You kids have all here a good scare. That should get me out of these ropes and call it even.
Luca glanced over to Rollo and Beck, who replied with skeptical looks.
Mr. Oliver, why are you in my grand's basement? I'm here to help, of course. Help with what? What's my grand up to? If you just cut me loose, I can show you. How do how do I know we can trust you?
Mr. Tolliver exhaled with disappointment.
Look, have I ever done wrong by you? No. And since you ran moved to town, haven't I been nothing but welcoming? Yeah. So I would like to turn my back on your family now. It just all things stuff seems pretty weird. I brought with names of people from town. An archive of my dad's old disturbing patient notes.
Luca gestured to the corner.
Barrels of explosives. I can explain everything. You just need to untie me. You kids deserve an explanation.
Luca looked again to Rollo and Beck. This time they shrugged. Luca began to slowly loosen the bindings. Mr. Tolliver gently rubbed his wrists.
That's good luck. This will all make sense in time.
He edged imperceptibly toward the stairs as he spoke.
You see, this town has secrets, Luca. A very dark past in death.
Before the kids had even noticed his movement, Mr. Tolliver was at the light switch.
And past them must be road.
He punctuated his final words by flicking the switch and rushing up the stairs.
Like... Son of
Beck darted to the wall and turned back on the lights. It was too late. Rollo confirmed what they all heard.
Just look at us down here.
Mr. Tolliver's muffled voice came from behind the door.
It was lying, you know. This is for your own good. You kids just keep it down there. And let the adults handle this.
They looked bewildered at each other.
Great, cool, huh? Not now, Beck.
They heard the staccato thump of quick steps exiting the house. The kids looked down in resignation. This isn't how it goes in Hank Atomic. For some reason, they'd always assumed it was up to them to save their town. Luca opened his mouth, hoping to conjure some magical words to make this right. Only a hollow croak escaped. The end.
What?
Well, we certainly aren't going to find a grand resolution to our tale locked in a basement. Back to the drawing board.
Ok, aquí es uno sin salida. Bueno, aquí faltaría uno para poder continuar. Voy a buscarlo. De momento solo conseguir este camino de acá. Si no lo recuerdan, es cuando los Clipboardsmen nos rodearon en la casa del árbol.
Luca drew himself up and decided to take the only option they had left. He squinted down the barrel of the mission control defense cannon, aiming it through an opening in the dense tree branches. He looked up with surprise as it struck true and taut.
Oh, I can't believe that worked. Hey, Mr. We'd love to hear your toes, but I'm afraid we have place to be. Come on, Ikki. See ya, jerks. Fine. We know where that leads them. This way. We'll take the tunnels.
Luca and Ikki winced as they sprinted through the thicket. The branches clawed at them, reluctant to give passage. After what felt like a marathon, Luca stopped in his tracks as they reached the clearing. What the? That was all he was able to say before Ikki slammed into his back. The boys tumbled down a steep decline and crashed with a wheezing thud on a surface as hard as ice. In fact, it was ice. Chapter 5. Signs. They stood silently, catching their breath. The sky was like sapphire. With each breath, a plume of steam escaped from Luca's lungs. Let's keep moving. Luca pulled Ikki to his feet as they gazed across a snowy terrain.
That was actually pretty badass. Mm-hmm. I think we lost him. Away up in the mountains? I don't think so. If anything, we went downhill. Then what's up with the Winter Wonderland? All I know is there is no going back the way we came. Let's see if we can get our bearings. Follow me. On the way home. What's the route? Didn't use about 258 Kelvin. That's down a bit from last time. Should we report this to her? Meh, stick within safe range. Maybe pressing but it's under control for now. Evidence has nudged in the equilibrium. Kulakos cascade. Dude, relax. Just a few more sides to hit before we can push out. Let's get this over with. What else is hard to say with all this snow? I think it's a town thing. I can almost make out letters under there. Rectangle 7B. That could be another town this deep into Whitwell. I'm looking at that price to the contrary. Let's figure out we're dealing with it here. One, let's not go around. I'll see what I can do. Qué buena puntería.
The boys stared in disbelief at the sign that now clearly read, "Welcome to Beacon Pines."
This doesn't make any sense. We are Beacon Pines. How is that possible? We ran away from town. How did we get back here? I guess we got turned around. Where did all this snow come from? Well, it's been colder than normally lately. There's a very big difference between sweater weather and the Arctic hellscape. The bullet we found out before, it was cold. Maybe all of it leads to one source. Your thing is right? What the hell is going on? We're gonna get out some answers. Let's keep moving. Luca, are you there?
Luca had almost forgotten the walkie-talkie he was carrying.
It's that Oscar. I hope nothing bad has happened to you out into the woods.
Luca looked at Ikki with hesitation.
No need to be rude.
With a resigned sigh, Luca responded,
It seems like the only dangerous thing in the woods is you. He speaks, the young man of the hour. Now, how in destination did you end up with one of our radios? Just lucky, I guess? Why, howdy. You Vancouver's are full of surprise, aren't you? You knew my parents? I never had the honor of meeting your father, but your mom sure was helpful.
Luca winced, shoving the walkie-talkie back into his pocket.
We gotta keep moving. It's all frozen.
Looking down at the frozen stream, Luca could faintly see a school of minnows encased in the ice.
Whatever happened here, it happened fast. These fish didn't even have time to run. Or, didn't run.
The crunching of footsteps trailing Luca went hush. He looked back to see Iggy's face twisted with confusion.
Everyone's gone. What? There's nothing here but more snow. There must be an explanation for all of this. We have to keep looking. You can look all you want. A kid. Iggy, we have to keep going. You don't get it, do you? This isn't one of your pathetic anatomic stories. We aren't going to save the day. We aren't even gonna save ourselves. My face is mangled. The town is destroyed. And everyone we ever know is gone. You don't know that. You can just keep. Do whatever you want. I'm done. Iggy, it's gonna be okay.
Luke appeared upward at the darkening sky. He let out a long, foggy breath. Faintly, Iggy began to cry. Seeing Iggy in such a pathetic state gave Luca a sense of compassion, and more than a little guilt.
It is getting pretty late, I think. Probably not ready yet to stumble around the turn anyway.
Luca allowed himself to collapse next to Iggy.
Let's just rest for a bit.
The boys huddled together for warmth and comfort. If not for exhaustion, their minds would be racing, trying to make sense of the events of the day. As it was, all they had energy for was to sit in silence, numb.
The way the snow covered everything over, it's kinda calming. Yeah. I haven't had time to say it, but thanks. Eh? We're getting us away from two scripts. I saw the frozen note back there. Iggy, I should be the one apologizing. This all happens because I lost my temper. Nah, that's bull hockey. First of all, we didn't know what the gun will do. You did it right. Of course not. And second, stop with this baloney about losing your temper. But I did lose my temper.
Iggy motioned sarcastically to his half-deformed face.
Obviously. But that's exactly what you should have done. Huh? I was being a horse ass. You were supposed to be a horse ass in response. That's how it works. Yeah, I'm having a hard time following. You wanted me to fight you? Of course. Yes, goody-goody types take forever to understand this very basic point. Why would you go around saying cruel things try to get into fights?
Iggy shrugged.
It's something to do. You are not hustled because you are bored? Sometimes I just feel empty. People don't understand. You and Roll are always having a blast together, laughing and calling that dinky little treehouse mission control.
Iggy now wept openly.
Perfect little Luca Barnham, with his perfect little life. My life is not perfect. Everybody in town likes you. Not everybody. Well, that new girl hasn't even unpackaged yet and even she already likes you. You have Tish?
He wiped his nose with a sleeve.
I love Tish. This is great. But she ain't exactly the world's greatest conversationalist, you know.
Luca gave a warm chuckle.
I get the impression.
Iggy cleared his throat as he wiped his eyes.
It must be raining out here. Definitely.
Iggy arched into a wide yawn.
We should probably try to get some sleep. Yeah. Let's lay low for now. Tomorrow we'll go to the bottom of this.
Luca's eyelids began to slowly drift shut.
Luca. Yeah? I always didn't want to sit inside of your dinky little treehouse. What do you think? Not bad. I'll give you the full tour when you get back. You know what?
That's all Luca could whisper before succumbing to sleep. Iggy snuggled in some more.
When it comes to worst days of my entire life, this what wasn't half bad.
The house smelled of warm bread. Luca was playing with toy blocks on the living room rug. He looked up to see his parents on the couch. His mother held his father's head in her lap. She idly stroked his hair while humming a song. A voice behind Luca spoke. "This is how you remember them, huh?" Luca turned to see his own face. The doppelganger from his dreams, still clad in a yellow hazmat suit, still carrying a look of disdain behind empty eyes. Aww, look at this perfectly cozy scene. You know it wasn't really like this. The figure picked up a toy block and inspected it. It's amazing the facades that one can build given the right materials. Not that I blame us. These are a child's memories, all warm and fuzzy. You don't remember, do you? Lucas snatched the block from the figure's yellow-gloved hand. Remember what? The doppelganger pointed to the couch. The last day we saw him alive. The day he chose to abandon us. Luca turned to look at his father, still lounging on the couch. That's not true. He didn't abandon us. The doppelganger waved his hand dismissively. Everything is true here. It's just a matter of what we choose to see. Well, let me show you. The world flickered and pulsed. Luca was sitting next to his bed, listening to his heartbeat with one of his dad's stethoscopes. The doppelganger limped into the room. No, we both know that's not how this went. He grabbed Luca's hand and guided the stethoscope to the floor. Luca heard muffled shouting, brought close by the stethoscope. It was his parents, fighting. Do you remember what we did next? Luca gave a slow nod and crept down the hall to peek through the banister. He could see the outline of his mother at the bottom of the stairs. Damn it, Walt. We can't afford to get involved in this. She was scared. His father stepped forward. What am I supposed to do? Just watch? There's a sickness in this town, and we both know who's behind it. I swore an oath to help people. I won't turn my back on them. Luca's mother grabbed Walt. She was crying, pleading. I can't lose you. Walt calmly removed Eleanor's hand from his shoulder. What's right is right, and what's wrong is wrong. I could never live with myself if I let Sharper get away with this. Eleanor raised her voice. Spare me your bullshit platitudes. What about our son? Luca flinched, dropping the stethoscope down the stairs. Walt turned with a panicked smile. Luca, is that you, buddy? With tears in his eyes, Luca descended the stairs. Mom? Dad? What's going on? Walt dropped to a knee to meet Luca eye to eye. Nothing, buckaroo. Your mom and I just got a little overexcited is all. Luca placed the stethoscope against his father's chest. His heart was racing. It sounded like you were going somewhere. Walt gently removed the device from Luca's ears. Listen to me, Luca. I have some business to take care of. I'll be back in time to tuck you in. Luca hugged his father tightly. Promise? Walt stood up and walked to the door. He glanced over his shoulder. I promise. With a wink and a grin, he put on his hat and strode out into the evening sun. A figure approached soundlessly from the foggy snowfall. It stood above them, lingering in contemplation. Slowly raising one hand above Iggy, it snapped out 2 brisk raps on his head. From a deep slumber, Iggy sprang up defensively.
Get your hands off me.
Whether it was the calming presence or the recognition that he was not in danger, Ikki felt his clenched fists lower.
Just what is that thing you're doing?
Luca looked up, gradually remembering his whereabouts. The figure exhaled a cloud of warm vapor.
You totally have caused a lot of commotion. What's that supposed to mean? Take it easy. We were asleep meeting our own business. You're there running around knocking on people's heads. I'm sorry if I hurt you, Ikki. You don't hurt nobody. Anybody? Huh? Oh, I see. You think you're better than me, you...
When it came to complete strangers, Ikki had trouble cobbling together an insult.
You big-headed. Is Jeffy naked? Well? Okay, let's lower the temperature a bit here. Interesting choice of words. I mean, let's all just calm down. Who are you? A friend? An observer? A head kicker on the infinitive expanse of possibility? Great. How about a name? If you must call me something, you can't call me not.
Ikki huffed with gratification.
How about you make little Nat on both off? Very well.
Nat began to turn away indifferently.
Wait. Do you live here? You may say that. But you know where we are? You may also say that. Look, pal, we just wanna find a safe way out of here. You wanna help us or not? Before knowing how to live, one must know where they are. Alright, that does it. Luca, I don't know how about you, but I'm getting out of here on one way or another.
Ikki turned sharply and began to stomp off.
Enough with the drills. Gigi, wait up.
Realizing more than patience than Nat relented.
Very well. I suppose this is the time for the metaphors. I show you how to get back home.
Luca and Ikki turned around with hope in their eyes.
Come here.
Nat took a deep breath in.
Close your eyes.
Nat exhaled slowly, then snapped his fingers.
Okay, open then.
For a brief moment, Luca and Ikki let themselves believe that some great magic was about to unfold, until they opened their eyes and found themselves in the exact same place, cold and disheartened.
This is your home. Be kind. Look, Nat, we don't know how we got here. Maybe stupid thought some time travel getting with wood? Or we teleported to some alternative universe? Or this is all just some cruel experiment by Kara and his guns? But this is not our home. Well, you're inching closer to the heart. Alas, the reality is much less faithful. Just give it also strength. So we did. As I said, this is Pecan Pines. The original true Pecan Pines. Don't worry. You both grew up here? But the town you called your home for the past several years is a replica. A remarkable achievement of engineering to be afraid. But the replica noodles. That's impossible. It's too much work. You needed a wall town to replicate a wall town. Indeed, to pull off such a feat would require immense lava power. That which will be moved will be moved. That which could not will require a precise duplicate. You will hypnotize it. No one will hypnotize it. You think so unless the authentic was impeccable? Combine your main attention to detail. As for the minuscule trivialities which complete the tapestry. Oh, you can leave that to this miraculous thing we call the brain. It was a real aversion to discontinuity, a revolution even. The brain was a wonderful way of something of rogue age keeping no name. Look and Ikki looked around comfortable. You're saying that someone made an entirely new town and moved us all and no one noticed it? Precisely. But why? Why? Is the one question that can never be answered with certainty. The best one can do is to uncover.
Matt narrowed his eyes, furrowed his brow, and uttered,
The source. Why do you say the source like that? Why indeed?
Luca began to laugh uncomfortably.
All ridiculous. There's no way to way they
He
could.
looked down at his feet. His eyes started back and forth in contemplation. With a sudden pain, a thought struck him.
It's if this really is home.
He sprinted off into the pale distance. As Ikki turned to follow, Nat called out,
Ikki, it's not too late to turn back. Simply head west or Whitwell.
Chapter 6. The Source. Nat expressed his sympathy with a shrug and sauntered off as unassumingly as he'd arrived. He'd given Luca and Ikki what they needed, and nothing more. As Luca sprinted across the snow, the events of the past few days became clearer, pieces to a larger puzzle. Rollo said he was underground somewhere, captured. Mr. Kerr tried to cover it up with lies. The clipboards were hell-bent on capturing Ikki. It all seemed to point to perennial harvest. But right now, there was one thing that Luca needed to know. Luca stopped dead in his tracks. The tree was gone, uprooted and moved, leaving a raw gash in the earth. He dropped to his knees and dug wildly at the cold snow. His numb hands hit something hard, a headstone. A dry whisper escaped Luca's lips.
You're here. All this time, I thought I was visit you. But you even here alone in the snow. Dad, I'm so sorry. They ruined your favorite spot in the world. Or favorite spot in the world. Dad, what do I do?
There was no reply, just snow-covered silence.
Where did you give all the sleep like that? How did I could find the jerk?
Ikki finally noticed the tears welling in Luca's eyes and the snow-covered grave.
Oh. Ikki, they stole his tree. Ikki. Yikes.
Suddenly, they heard the crunch of approaching footsteps in the snow.
We gotta hide. $159K. All distance is still good. Dude, did you hear me? I said you fine night. Sorry. You ever think about what we did here? We saved a whole town of people? Doesn't feel like it sometimes. But without everything we left behind, as the grave of someone with a family, the people who loved them will never know the truth. The truth is overrated.
He bent down to scoop up a snowball and lobbed it playfully.
Hey, don't be such a toddler, dude. We took this job to change the world. Yeah. Come on. It's almost lunchtime. Ah, weirdo. Me dijo raro. Here too, I was a jerk. These gooses are out there, literally dancing on grapes.
Luca stuttered through heaving sobs.
I thought it was visiting him. I thought he was with me. Not gonna lie, that's a bad break. Here's some advice.
Ikki gave Luca a solid smack on the back of his head.
Hey! Was any of this helping? What? Sitting here in the snow, crying like some pushover. Will you help it? Hey, look what they did, they lied to everyone. Blah blah blah. Look up and cry. There are a lot of things, but you ain't not pushover. What did I tell you before? When some jerk comes at you, acting like a horse ass, I should stand up for myself? Oh yeah. Here on his merry little band, a clipboard pulled off this picture for a reason, right? Not mentioning something about the source.
Luca wiped his eyes with a sleeve.
Whatever the source must be fully available to burning health harvest. There will be a shame of it, something uncomfortable were to happen to their precious stores, wouldn't it? What do you have in mind? It was small enough to still be snatched. If it's too big to snatch, we smash it. What if it's too big to smash?
Iggy flashed a mischievous smile and cracked his knuckles.
I'm always up for a challenge. I'm gonna make this right, Dad. I promise. Let's do this. I get awful cool out there. These boots look up. Probably bet you to stay put and not conserve your energy. Also on the way. Where's Rollo? Where's my mom? Did you kill her? Oh, heavens no. Do I seem like a killer to you?
Iggy and Luca shared a skeptical look.
Well, do I? Shucks. That of course my feelings. Screw that guy. Wait a minute. If this is the original town, that means...
Iggy darted behind a large pine and began digging furiously. He emerged holding a shoebox with a crude skull painted on its lid.
What's that? Long story. A few years back I came to possession of some premium rated fireworks. Not the one with firecracker stuff they get kids. The good stuff. So, why did you bury it under a tree? That's the long part of the story. You and Rollo were doing yours of Rollo's chicken crop. And you guys set me off for some reasons or another.
Luca rolled his eyes with realization.
No, you didn't.
Iggy stifled a chuckle.
Yeah. I just wanted to keep you guys a little scared. But, like I said, these were some primo fireworks. So, I might underestimate the things. You blew up the chicken cup? I prefer to think of this as an incendiary decoration. Sorry, but you should see the or looks on your face. The logo are grounded for months, which is why I need to stash the evidence and lie low. So I buried them under that tree. But when I came back 4 hours later, they were gone. I figured some grown up on them to send.
Ikki triumphantly raised the shoebox.
Turns out it wasn't the fireworks that would move it. It was us. Unbelievable. Do you think this a game? Newsflash, Gojo. You're not a hero. You're a little bat who is in way over his head. A hero is just someone who refused to give up. Comics these days are not in children's brains. Everybody thinks they're a spaceman superhero. I was always partial to high atomic myself. Is that so? Do you really think you have us changed against us? You have no idea how powerful we are. Go for blast off, loser.
Luca and Ikki inched up to the edge of the hole with bewilderment in their eyes. Arctic air breathed out of the cavern in heaving gusts.
Echo. Whoa. I can see why they wanted to move us all down now. But why couldn't they dig a giant hole? I think this is it. This is the source. It's a tank hole. How do we smash a hole? Oh, it's much more than that. My annoying little friend. Here. Where's Rollo? I wasn't lying before. He's safe. Well, the first time you two at the last. That's it's cold. You just had to drag me all the way out there, didn't you?
Mr. Kerr gazed down the abyss in contemplation.
It really is something, isn't it? What did you do to our town? What is all of this? Well, that's a doozy of a question. This is a source. They collect the unrefined.
Kerr scratched the back of his head.
Honest boys, I don't understand any of this well enough to explain it. Fact of the matter is, I'm not paid to know. What do you mean you don't know? Ain't you in charge? Oh heavens no! My role is merely to flash a winning smile and manage various complications. Complications like this? You're a smart boy.
His face contorted into a saccharine grin.
It really is nothing personal. Some people are destined to string for greatness, and the others are simply obstacles along the way. Seems like you were destined to be a creepy leg. The point is that we all play our part in life. Mine just happened to be a lead into the role of a lifetime. Yeah, and you happen to be extras. Ready for your curtain call? We aren't giving up without fight. Your smile not gonna be sanguine after we're done with you. No boss, there is no need for melodrama. It makes 7 professional, which makes myself embarrassed for you. Let's change to motivate.
Kerr snapped his fingers.
Then change. There, that's better. Get with them.
Ikki turned to Luca with a sly glance.
Why are you Smirking? Because I have box of full fireworks and you don't.
Iggy waved the box into the air, threatening to drop it down the hole.
Stop. Let's not do something regretted. Jokes on your regret is one of my specialties. Out of curiosity, what will happen if I throw this in your precious hole? Nothing at all. You're a terrible liar. I'll have you know, I'm an exceptional liar. Blah blah blah. That's far enough.
Iggy plucked a single bottle rocket from the box and held it up with reverence.
Stop, you fall. All of your guns.
After a long pause, Mr. Kerr flung up his hand with frustration.
Very well. You all can head back for the night. It's been a long day. I'll hand this to from here.
Mr. Kerr sighed into the frigid air.
It's just us now, Iggy. You can put down. What? Like this?
With a nonchalant flick, Iggy tossed the firework into the hole.
Oh. Whoa.
With a growl, Kerr leapt at Iggy, crashing through Luca. Iggy tried to twist away, but in the struggle they both tumbled over the side. Luca dove forward, bracing Iggy's hand just before it slipped. His grip was made precarious by the cold, wet snow. He could see Kerr further down, clinging to Iggy's coat.
Reject child, what have you done? Luca, listen to me. Hold on thing and use the walkie-talkie to call them back. Oh, how, what channel do I use? Doesn't make a damn difference, they always listen. If you do that, the clippers will just hold us up on the snag spot. The only way you get out of this is if it cares out of the picture. Just let go and save yourself. If he lets go, we will die. I don't wanna die, but seeing the look your face almost makes me worried. Miss Kerr, you had a long life. Why don't you actually do something selfless and just let go?
Mr. Kerr gasped with insult.
Long life? I'll have you know, I can still play 25. You should have heard me sing the Paraphilus junk.
With a wild look in his eye, Mr. Kerr began to hum a proud melody.
Dum dum dum. Dum dum dum. Whoa. Can you believe this guy? No chapa, bien.
Luca's hand began to cramp. His voice began to crack.
Girl, just let go. No. No can do. If you want to save your friend, you have to save me too. Luca, look at me. It's okay.
Luca felt Iggy loosen his grasp.
You aren't going to kill your friend like that, are you?
Every muscle in Luca's body burned.
I'm not his friend. Yes, you are. Nah, I'm just not a good bully. Like you care. Did you know?
Luca felt his hand slipping.
And I told you what you need to do with bullies. I can't. This is your only way out of this mess. You burst with one stone. It makes sense for us all together. We're just travel in packs.
Calm settled over Iggy's face.
Okay, let me do this.
Iggy's voice was colder than the bitter air billowing from the chasm.
Let me do right thing for once. Decisions. Refuse, accept. Igual en algún momento vamos a tomar las dos.
Luca had no choice but to accept Iggy's request. With a quiet blink, Luca watched a teardrop sail down into the howling void. As his fingers slowly gave up, he met eyes with Iggy.
Good.
The two silhouettes were swallowed by darkness.
Well, goodbye, Iggy. Okay, you should really step back. What? Quickly. Where is? Well, of course. Those fireballs of Iggy must have been just the right amount of energy. We should get out of here before Perry Harvest arrives. Not until you tell me what just happened. Your friend's sacrifice just saved this town. For a little while, anyway. How? Tempus liquamine is a peculiar substance. It can change the relationship between matter and time itself. It doesn't require comfortable energy. In closed systems, that energy can only come from its surroundings. A useful side product of this property being by adding precisely the correct amount of energy to it, one can recreate a cryogenic cascade. So the gun makes things cold and the fireworks make the whole freeze over? That's one way to put it, yes? As them look will have it, the force weren't strong enough to generate a runaway reaction. I shudder to think what would have happened in that case.
We have some idea what that would look like.
I will take the good while to save the breakthrough and access to source again. Did you know all of this stuff? Why haven't you been helping? I have been. I'm in my way. Each one of us our role to play. His role, it turns out, was to buy up those precious time. Except be to observe it and wait. Wait for what? You? Me? Why? What's my role?
A fierce twinkle flashed in Nat's eyes.
Look up and crown. We're going to save the world.
With a chuckle, Nat turned and walked west. Dumbfounded, Luca followed behind him, trudging through the snow. Every step taking him further away from everyone and everything he knew, and closer to destiny. To be continued in Beacon Pines, Pines Harder. Revenge served cold. Second time's a charm? Wait, that's it? This ends with a crummy cliffhanger just when it was getting good? I was even starting to like Ikki. No way. I refuse to be associated with some never-ending parade of sequels. Let's go back and find something more definitive.
Ok, ya tengo otro. Primero vamos por el de Refuse.
Luca had no choice but to refuse.
Siento que también va a ser un camino sin salida, pero hay que seguirlo.
And reached for the walkie-talkie in his pocket. A wild delight crept onto Mr. Kerr's face. That's a good lad. Now, Radio for help. Ikki begged Luca with his eyes one last time, but Luca pressed the button and called out. We need help. Mr. Kerr is in danger. It wasn't long before they were once again surrounded by clipboards. Mr. Kerr sighed with relieved frustration. There you are. You really are a worthless lot, aren't you? Mirror, now. A clipboard dutifully produced an ornate ivory hand mirror, and Mr. Kerr began preening his tousled hair. Ah, that's better. Mr. Van Horn, I applaud your sharp thinking under duress. I'll put in a good word for you with the founder. Take them away. A swarm of hands overpowered Luca. The last thing he saw before a cloth bag was pulled over his head was the defeated look on Iggy's face. The end.
Era un camino mucho más corto todavía.
This was one of those times where doing the right thing was the wrong thing.
Aquí todavía no podemos seguir hacia ningún otro lado. Para acá.
And in the stillness, he began to hum. After the death of his father, Luca had trouble sleeping. Each night, his mother would sit at the foot of his bed and hum a gentle melody. It was the only thing that could calm his mind, the only thing that, however briefly, could make it all seem okay. That melody pervaded every memory Luca had of his mother, shivering in the raw snow. He began to hum it out loud. Gran lowered the torch, listening closely. As recognition slowly set in, her heart sank. Those countless nights of consolation, the incomparable loss they shared together. She let the torch fall to the snow and sizzle out. A few steps toward Luca was all she could bear before dropping to the snow herself. Through a flood of tears, she began to hum along, note for note. Lifted his head in astonishment. The last time he heard that melody was the last night he saw his mother.
How did you know? I'm so sorry, my little Bucaro. Bucaro? The only people who call me that are my dad and your mother.
Luca blinked through blurry, watery eyes, trying to see more clearly. He could just make out the impression of a familiar face. He peered across the snowscape at the woman on her knees. Something about her was undeniably his mother. Only smaller, older, changed.
Mom? That's right, Bucaro. Mom?
Luca sprinted
Wow.
as fast as he
No
could
esperaba eso.
toward his mother. They held each other close, and the cold retreated from their bodies.
Eleanor? I thought you were gone? Should I have no, I will never abandon my son.
Eleanor looked down at Luca, tightening her embrace in an appeal for forgiveness.
Oh. You're a smart man, Joseph. I thought you'd have visited him together by now. You were exposed. Mom, I don't understand any of this. What happened to you? Where did you go? Why did you leave? I never leave you. I always right here, Luca. Why did you lie to me? It tore me up, look up, but I did it. I did it to keep you safe. I thought that getting those words you will help us both move on. But the more I discovered, the more I realized the danger we are in. Until perennial harvest was stopped, it was better if everyone thought it was gone. You will have trust me. These are bad people, look at. They won't stop until they get what they want. And they don't care who gets hurt in the process. Then what do? You have to stop them.
Joseph slumped into the cold, wet snow.
They can't be stopped. This is too big. I tried meeting them and either don't win. I don't fighting fire with fire.
For the first time in a long time, her voice felt like her own again.
No more lies. I see now there's a better way to stop perennial harvest. I call her truth.
Luca gazed down at Nuncreed with pity. He looked small. Joseph stared into the snow, as if searching it for answers.
Come on, everybody, we got a berry to crash. You don't understand. He always wins.
Chapter 9. The Devil You Know. 7 months ago. Eleanor Van Horn crept down the maze of sterile hallways under perennial harvest. She stopped in front of the large steel door marked Deep Engineering. No turning back now. She raised a trembling hand. The stolen keycard worked as promised, and the door buzzed open with mechanical efficiency. She was immediately hit with the smell of disinfectant. It was some sort of laboratory. In one corner was a desk covered in papers. Across the room stood a tall metal pod with hoses protruding from its base. She rushed to the desk and began shifting through the piles of papers. They were experiment reports on something called Tempus liquamen. There were dozens of them. Every one stamped failed. Eleanor heard the sharp echo of footsteps approaching. She was out of time. Her eyes scanned the room, eventually landing on the strange pod. Muttering a curse under her breath, she dashed over and dove inside.
And that's it, what change is all about. Grabbing the future by the screw of the neck and making things happen. Change is a choice. I'm tickled pink that we will all be making that choice together. How great is that? This man is a liar. Excuse me? I will not. This town has a dangerous secret and perennial harvest only exists to keep it hidden. No sense. They picked up the wall downtown and moved it right under our nose. You aren't making any sense, dear.
Mr. Kerr addressed the crowd with a sarcastic tone.
Am I interesting? It's absurd and just plain impossible. They promised they will fix the fall harvest. They told us we could clean this place. We just had to leave town for a few days. But all they had was evacuate. There's Catford. I'm afraid I'm going to have to ask you to. You're afraid of a lot of things, aren't you? You see very little world. This growing tiresome. A little help, please. Don't you all see? This festival is a sham. An excuse to have the whole town gathering in one place. They're playing something helpful. I don't know what, but these people aren't kicked. Don't listen to her. She has absolutely no proof. I am the proof. I'm Alarm Bankhorn.
Whispers filtered through the crowd.
Well, aren't you just sneaky as the tickets? We all knew Valentine's fertilizer was too good to be true. And now, this whole town is playing the praise. Ladies and gentlemen, I am so sorry about this interruption. We associate will take this obviously disturbing once somewhere comfortable, so that she can get help she needs. She's not one who's disturbed. You two, you two teaming clown. You'll know there's something wrong with this town. It was too easy to look the other way. The truth is, that's quite enough, Mr. Nucret.
Torment dragged on Joseph Nuncrete's face.
Yes, sir. Take them away. No, I want them to see this. Never tempestuous, Eleanor Ranhorn. You big kid the thorn in my side. Like a quick that's worried in where it doesn't belong. I must confess, you look dreadful.
He paused for a moment, plucking a piece of fuzz from his sweater and discarding it to the ground.
Consider yourself in rare company. You've managed to pull one over on me. It won't happen again. I know you had some sort of plan to destroy our little party. But alas, I stepped something a bit more impressive than incoherent rambling. No matter your failures are yours to bear. Mirror? Yes, sir. It's a shame it was too short, but I thank you for that closing oratory. I would take it from her. Yes, sir. Of course, sir. You have done quickly work for me, William. You can look forward to the recompense we agreed to grant.
Kerr gave a bow of deference.
Wonder, your most gracious.
Gasps rippled through the crowd.
Thankfully, we can dispense with formalities from here on out.
Solomon pulled a glass vial from his pocket. In one smooth motion, he downed its contents. A triumphant smile grew across Solomon's lips.
You can all call me Sharper Valentine.
His body and face began to contort and expand as he disappeared into a belching green mist. A hushed horror gripped the crowd. This is a story about change.
What? No! Ah, so you didn't see that coming? Good.
Sharper examined his new hands.
Well, it's quite improvement. Everything looks so much smaller now. Hello, was right about one thing. The festival was a ruse. I wanted you all to witness my glorious return with your own eyes. Why does everyone look so dumbfounded? This is a celebration, people. Maybe it will help if we set the votes. Miss Kerr, be a dear and reveal all the things. Ah, wonderful.
Sharper choked out a crude squawk of a laugh. Frustrated grumbles sprinkled through the crowd.
Sharper, you malicious bastard. I'm glad you're back, so I can tell that to your face. You destroyed this town. We ain't gonna let you get away with it again. Sorry, this is not the time for audience participation. Some assistance, Mr. Kerr.
William Kerr gave a subtle nod to the clipboards.
You cowards. Does anyone else have something to contribute?
A helpless quiet settled over the crowd.
I told you. Did you truly believe you could be free for me? A ton of complete and utter fools. You people shouldn't be celebrating my return. You're clearly lost without me. And all it's needed to beat my children. Daddy? Have you both the greatest gift a parent can give? The opportunity to prove yourselves in my absence. It's greatest. I am disappointed. Will be an understatement. But silence Augustus. Now this is speaking. I don't know which is worse, as someone who is completely hopeless, or a daughter with such potential who inevitably lets me down. Harris, you failed me with the admirable consistently. Thankfully, I was continuing in this time. Father, I have been wasting time with you. But have you composed me? I guess focused on cementing our legacy. Legacy? Who needs a legacy when you can just live forever? But what about... It's alright, kiddo. I'm afraid you suffer from a complete lack of imagination. That's just not helping it. Now then, here's Joseph. I didn't take the opportunity to sleep off it with you. Ah, there he is. Everyone should keep him a well hand. Now what this would have been, possibly without Joseph. I think you've said enough. In a sense, the people have to know how helpful and loyal you are being. I only did what I did because he left me no choice. You always had a choice, Joseph. You were simply too weak to take it. No matter. Cheer up. You're about to be rich beyond your wildest dreams. You should follow my curse and Sam. When I found him, he was in a sorry state that any of you, and gaining actor, desperate to recoup his shows. He played his parents so well able to play the leading man again. Forever, in fact, if there remains loyal. That goes for all you. Well, those who haven't already given away my goodwill, he combines his mine again. And I will willing to share his spoil in exchange for absolute loyalty. Are you saying Will Kerr was never in share of Burial Harvest? Ah, you think that buffet up Ladder's kid will have accomplishment of this? I suppose it's time for you, big exclusive.
Sharper addressed the crowd with indignant pride. He'd planned this moment for so long that now, at the deed's fruition, it almost felt frivolous.
You see, I need a figure to hold things down while you're trusted my return. Don't want to miscreate lie. I'm built this town for a spell. So I invented William Kerr. Take your bow. You earned it.
Mr. Kerr flourished a preposterously elaborate bow.
Frederick C. Montesquieu, displaying extraordinary and your service. Wonder, I just want to thank you again for this opportunity. It truly was the role of a little time. Wait, but this Bill Kerr was a patsy the whole time? Not that your secret is out in the open, but the spot is time for raising up against you. Oh, that's the delicious part. Fear. Thanks to our clippers, I know what is every person in this town first must. And I will make those fears manifest for everyone who steps out of the line. The choice is simple. I'm not afraid of you. Ah, the young hero. I keep a keen eye on you, boy. You and your friends made a habit of disrupting my plans. What a pity. If things would have gone a bit differently, you may have had your moment of fear, but that's fate for you. You can do this. Oh, but I can. I have won. Never underestimate what a great man can do, give it again. And now time is my playtime. Perhaps the most expensive thing I ever bought, but well worth it. Ah,
Sharper coughed up one final laugh and cracked his knuckles.
enough child chat. Let's get to work, shall we?
And so, Sharper set about remaking the town in his own image. The fertilizer factory soon reopened for business. Sales rose steadily as more and more farmers across the countryside began to swear by its miraculous properties. Beacon Pines became famous, a secretive town that, for the right price, shared its gifts with all. Gifts that became more and more necessary in a world where winters grew longer and longer. The end. This is wrong, but things are becoming clearer now. You can feel it, right? We can't let Sharper win. He might just be the key to this whole thing. Let's see.
Curioso. Acá falta una chapa más. El árbol tiene una línea más. Una rama más. Seguramente es donde no gana el tipo este. Oh, sí, cierto. Ya no me acordaba de eso.
There was a malice lurking behind those eyes, like a trap ready to spring. Luca felt the weight of Nuncreed's hand on his shoulder. Something wasn't right. He didn't know why, but something was telling Luca to get out of there.
I just want this to all be over. Of course, I'm sure it will well work soon enough. I should get going. I told Roxy I'd pick her for Rollo of the
Luca
treehouse.
twisted free of Nuncreed's grasp.
Of course. Luca, you know your dad and I were good friends back in the day. You can come to me with anything. Anything at all. ¿Puedo golpearlo? This festival decoration are a bit humdrum. Now, if I were to throw a festival, I would be attending the hall. I agree. This is more than a little sad. It's worse than sad. It's boring. What if we did a little something to spice things up? I'm listening. You know that the festival scene waiting to be unavailable? It would be a shame if
The
someone...
two scurried off, eagerly formulating a plan.
Identify yourself, please. Nelly Muetwill. I work here now. I am unable to locate on your staff hall. Oh, I don't officially start until tomorrow. Miss Carr said I will come in early tonight to get a few things done. Oh, please. Please authorize it. Thank you. For Harvest awaits. Wow. Equal get range to the nothing sneaking over high level, but don't scare a man while he's drinking sun. Evening, Jeff. Isn't kinda late to be drinking. I've made as well as the same thing of you. Fine. Anything good? Ever since playing a horror's moving in, even the young is trash. You can learn a lot about person by looking at the wall. They run away. With these bunches all the separate copper and coffee cups. Well, I debated to get one. I didn't say nothing if you didn't say nothing. The what? Exactly. Rolo?
He aired a long holler into the woods.
Rolo? Rolo, where are you? I hope you're okay.
Luca felt his eyes getting heavy and plopped into the beanbag. He conceded to its lumpy embrace. Once again, Luca found himself in a vast black expanse. This time, he knew exactly where to go. He took a single confident step forward. The world flickered and pulsed. He found himself standing in front of the frigid air of a blazing campfire. The source. He plopped down cross-legged and gazed into the cold flame, waiting. Soon enough, the fire began to die out, popping sporadically, until all that was left was a single ember. Luca stood up and dusted himself off. He plucked the glowing ember from the cold ash, examined it, and slid it into his pocket, a keepsake. The voice of his father spoke behind him. "You made me proud, Buckaroo." Luca turned to face him. "Dad, what is this place?" A warm grin grew across his father's face. "A place where everything that has been and everything that could be all wait together." Luca found himself staring at his father's face, trying as hard as he could to memorize every single detail. "Wait? For what?" Another voice spoke out as Luca's doppelganger stepped forward. "That's up to you." Without knowing why, Luca began to weep. Is any of this real? Are you? Luca's father bent down to smudge away a tear. "Of course. I'm as real as the part of you that misses me." Luca turned to look at the older version of himself. "And you?" The doppelganger choked back tears. "I'm as real as the part of you that's angry. Does that make sense?" Through his tears, Luca laughed. "I think so." His father pulled him in for an embrace. "Time to go, Buckaroo." Luca was startled from his dream by a banging on the floor.
Are you in there?
A commanding voice rumbled from below. Just as Luca sprang to lock the entry hatch, the door knocked open. Chapter 5. Dangers big and small. Luca stumbled back. He heard the rope ladder creak under significant weight. Keeping his eyes fixed on the hatch, he inched backward to the balcony. As his hand grasped the door handle, Luca froze. A large figure clumsily wriggled up through the hole.
Stop right there. Ryan. Yes, I know it's arrogant and all, but I feel like you recognize me. Who are you?
The large figure cocked its head inquisitively.
No, like clover you with a baseball bat. Whoa, take it easy. Luca, you need to get your eyes checked. It's me, Rolo. Nice try, but I know you aren't Rolo. You're like one of his random uncles or something. Where is he? Ha ha ha, uncle. Luca, quit messing around. It's me. It's really you, rubbish. Dimension a cup, Luca.
Luca's jaw dropped. He peered more closely at the man standing in front of him. Something about him was undeniably Rollo, only bigger, older, changed.
How? What happened to you? When I was running away, I ran into more people in those yellow suits. They grabbed me and dragged me away. What? Where did they take you? You know, they drew a bag over my head. It was cold and it smelled like a swimming pool. I think it was an underground lab or something. They make my hands all big, look.
Rollo proudly presented his hands to Luca.
Pretty sweet, right? I mean, it wouldn't be my first pick or some for a superpower, but beggars can be choosers. Roro, it wasn't just your hands. My feet too? Damn, I just made me new choose. Wait, Luca, why are you so small?
Luca moved to the side and pointed Rollo to his reflection in the balcony window.
What the?
His hands shot up to his face.
Holy Lolo. Lolo, what did they do to you? They made me drink some sort of ring trip. Ew. Actually, it wasn't too bad. It would kind of taste like licorice. I passed it out and rolled like this. And then I sort of smashed it open my change and escape. Oh, you smashed it open a gauge? Kinda. At least I think I did. It's all a bit of blur. They had you in a cage? Who are these people? I don't know who did this to you, but we're gonna fix it. Fix it? This is a poison. Well, I'm just glad you're safe now. Luca, you don't need to worry about me. Sure, I got snatched, but look at it this way. I got snatched. I know where snatched. People, we may finally have a lead on what happens to your family. Maybe you're right, but this sounds dangerous. Danger, ha!
Rollo blocked a few jabs.
I'll take them along. Hey fellas, what's up?
With a yelp, Rollo dove behind Luca.
Ah, take over. Did they come at a bad time? Who the heck are you? This is Beck. There is something truly bizarre just happened and I need help. I didn't know where else to go. So you're just hanging out here with your last adult friend? No, this is my buddy Rolo. Is your missing friend? One and the same. He seems a little old. How you know this is a recent development? What the heck does that mean? Oh, I'm sorry. You're the who just showed up out of nowhere. So we'll ask him the questions here. That's fair. How did you find us? Your silly little treehouse? I think you mean our silly little mission control. I hate to read you, but this secret path isn't so secret. And I could hear you rocket from a mile away. Hey, Luca, this is why we need to improve security around here. Not now, Rado. Beck, you say something bizarre happened? Yeah, but
She shot a nervous glance at Rollo.
anything you can say around me, you can say around Rado. This has been a weird day all around, hasn't it? Yep.
Beck's eyes narrowed.
Okay. So it all started when I made it back home. My first order of business was to try to style my hair. So I ate with some stuff from the chemistry set my mom gave me. Hey, just need to play it cool. I hope no one notices. What is what? Nothing. I was just... Come over here and let me have a look. Oh honey, what in the world did you do to your hair? I just kinda feel like a change. This is going to take forever to grow up. You were the one who said that change was a good thing, right? I was thinking about your mother's new job. I was thinking about us moving. Well, I guess I just took your lesson to her.
Ilona tried to put on a smile.
Before I forget, I came up here to tell you that Nelly had to go before. Can I? Here Miss Hare decided it will be good for her to get some things done before tomorrow. That guy seems like a great creep. Heck, he is. Him and his weird full of personality. You are not going to ruin this job for Nelly. It means too much to her. Oh, I know exactly how much it means to her. It means enough to her to excite her daughter to his podium town. This place sucks. The people are weird. You just don't know them yet. It's always cold. We're in the mountains, you'll get used to it. I can even pick up single the same station on the radio. It's all banjo music and fun reports. You know, I grew up in a town not that different from this one. Is that why you're better than talking to plants and than people? Okay. So what we're gonna do. First of all, you're grounded. What? In the morning, I'll have Nelly come and see what we can do about fix your hair. You need to look presentable for the festival, but not another pep.
She sighed, and after a moment, looked down at Beck sympathetically.
I know moving is hard, honey, but that doesn't mean you have to make yourself miserable all the time. Other people seem to have the covered for me. Oh, and did you decide to revolve the day in your hair more?
She flashed a sly grin and tousled Beck's hair.
Just shave it off for you. People who rebellion should look in them. Very funny. Thank you. Good night, sweetie. Good night, mom. Wait. First of all, this town doesn't look sucks. Like, you need to help because you got grounded? No. I'm sorry you got in trouble. It's my fault your hair got screwed up in the first place. Don't worry about it. I actually kinda looked it. Great. Can we get back to the story now? This next part is important bit. I have this radio. I'm to pray my mom. I was too angry to sleep. So I tried to dial in something worth listening to. Scar? Are you there? Scar? Yes, I'm Uzzy. What is it? Apologies, I had to find it on the line. What came from me immediately? One moment. Hello, sir. It's so nice to hear from you. Let's keep the police entries. What's your report on your new lead research to develop engineering? Daily modeling seems to be integrating nicely. At this very moment, she's working to help us meet our deadline. She offered to work overtime before I had to change to say excellent. And you have faith that she is capable of finishing the work led by her predecessors? The work must be complete before the festival. I will make sure that she stays day and night until its accomplishment. Good. You know how I feel about those plans. Yes, sir. Once she finishes the work, we need to make a determination regarding her long-term prospects in the company. Immediately, sir. I usually have more time to fully bring people into the fold. You are the end game, Bill. After your failures with Dr. Prescott, I can afford to take his risk. Of course, sirs. So listen, sir. Once she finishes the work, you will either leave in the office, completely into perennial harvest. Or she won't leave at all. Perfect. Here, if I might suggest, maybe you should let I use it for a bit. Oh, it just we seem to be machine the festival deadline. And rushing into things cause some issues the past. I see. Please understand I just want to was gesture for you. And I'm totally grateful for all that you've done for me. Still, I make this very clear for you. I vote you in to make things run smoothly. Don't not have opinions. Of course, sir. No appeal. You are just a few days away from having everything you ever dreamed of. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Oh, yeah. Just so we're clear, when they say loose ends, they're talking about murder, right? Like actually killing someone? Capital murder?
Dukk gave Rollo a quick elbow to the ribs.
Who is this founder? I was hoping you guys will know. Nah, as far as we know, here is the banana perennial harvest. You should scare of this founder way. So we have another top banana of the field. What the hell is my mom covering up? Has she talked about the job much? Not really. She said she was going to come in and continue the work of someone she respects. Luca, do you think that body at the warehouse was the person's maximum came to replace? It would make sense. Making sense like ordinary processor to Lucent. I, I'm getting that impression. Okay, so we need to get our mom out of there before the festival happens. That's 2 days away. Once she just moved home after work, the game the radio say that we're going to hold her there until then. So it is she's not coming out. We gotta go in out of here.
Beck flicked a large sheet of paper out of her pocket and slammed it on the floor.
Maybe it is help. You have to lose prints. Well, this is really just come up from my mom's PH orientation day. But it shows the layout. Sure, looks like blueprints to me. So here's the reception area. There's a big room market from the office. Devin has the exit market. Guys. We have a line. We have a dojo tip. We have blueprints. Here is what this is, right?
Rollo started to wiggle with excitement.
I think we're hasting. This is officially a case.
Chapter 6.
Y yo creo que eso es todo por hoy, por esta noche. Nos vemos otro día después. Espero mañana más bien los veré para ver si ya por fin terminamos esta historia. O sea, no porque ya quiera terminar, sino porque ya quiero llegar al final y quiero saber qué pasa. La verdad me está entreteniendo mucho. Se me hace muy buena y pues bueno. Recuerden que este capítulo lo pueden ver en mi canal de YouTube, DuckTales. Igual ahí mismo pueden echar un vistazo y escuchar mi crónica de rol. Y la de mi amigo Uzzy también ahí se encuentra grabada. Para que se gusten de una vueltecita. Y pues ya saben. Aquí andaremos transmitiendo en vivo. Gracias, nos vemos y hasta la próxima.